Shit, it's your boy ARP, Rare Breed Entertainment is the movement, back with another blog for y'all. Point being, man, you only live once, enjoy your life. But since we here, we are gonna jump into some quick topics. URL release, Serious Jones versus Mike P. ARP this, Rare Breed Entertainment that. This is nothing new. Go back to Facebook days when like all the battlers and all the league owners were in a lot of the groups. Like I might go to the Angry Fan group, for example, drop off a new RBE battle, put up an RBE flyer or a post. What did you tend to see a lot? You would see Beasley come in, he drop a video on that same thread, and I might reply to him and say, oh, but blah, blah, blah. Talk my little shit back and forth, because it was an obvious troll. You know what I'm saying? All that is one league's putting up their content, another league comes back and says, oh, but how about my shit? You know, that shit we saw all the way back then. I remember we got to the starting 5 event. That was the Team Homie versus Writer's Block card. For us, you know, we delivered that event. It was a great concept. It was something that I feel like the coach always wanted to see. I'm glad we got a chance to do it. Every single starting 5 release, there was a URL release on top of it. Every single one, all 5 of them. This was when YouTube was like all we all had. YouTube and door sales, you know what I'm saying? So I guess it was like, you know, flood them or kill them on YouTube or whatever. I don't know, once again, you can't ask me all these questions. Like, sometimes your battle would come out because of RBE. It's real shit. It doesn't matter how much footage or classic material is in the tub. It could even be a garbage battle. You know, we'll help you get your footage out. And everybody sees it, everybody talks about it.
URL just dropped his battle with Mike P.
Oh, really? I thought they were going to wait till a week up.
Nah, it's on the app now. Yeah.
They'll probably be on YouTube the week of.
Yeah, probably.
Whether it's Facebook posts, whether it's when YouTube was in its heyday, all the way up into recent with the Serious Jones Mike P. I mean, listen, like, people can release their footage whenever the fuck they want. But we all see the trends, like similar to Math and Ab dropping. That comes out, what, like 4 days before Math versus Hollow. So, you know, it's obvious stuff. But I want to hip y'all to a quick concept called loaning the light. You know, I gotta jump into my random shit for a quick second, but since we're doing the yellow today, peep this. Custom Converse. I had these for about 5 or 6 years. Shit, look at this. Double uppers, double tongues, double laces, customized with the Rare Breed on the side, and sticking with the yellow, still in the bag. I think they used to call these the Lightnings. My memory is a little fucked up when it comes to my J game, even though I got a million pair. So somebody remind me, were these the ones that he wore in an all-star game or something like that? Loaning the light, what does that really mean? It's a very, very intelligent business and competitive strategy. The most notable person that probably does it as a genius is Jay-Z. From a business and competitive and a strategic standpoint, the reason why it's very, very smart is because, especially in an entertainment industry, whether you have, you know, somebody that's putting out music or albums or mixtapes or battle rap content, you're gonna have people that are bigger than others. You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, when RBE has a certain, you know, level that people look at, I always look at the people that you would put underneath us, you know, with just as much as respect as I look at as people above us, because that's just humility, that's just my character. You know, but sometimes you're gonna always have in a particular lane somebody that's bigger. You know what I mean? Now, if you got somebody that's smaller, that's rising, coming up, they working, they doing their thing, one of the ways to speed that process up is by loaning your following or your energy or your fan base to that rising entity. All right, like, you know who does that on purpose a lot? Diddy. Waka Flocka comes out with his biggest single ever and just blasts him on the scene. All this do it.
Lamborghini truck, y'all ain't even seen it yet. Bought me Teterboro just a Diddy boppin'.
Diddy being a part of that fast tracks Waka Flocka to a degree. Nicki Minaj does it a lot. You know, why do you think she jumps on the track with 6ix9ine? Or most recently, Pop Smoke? She hops on it. She loans her light, her following, her energy, and even helps them in that situation. But if you don't want to help somebody fast track their movement, you know, you see them growing, you see them bubbling, you see them doing their things. If you don't want to fast track that, then you don't do what Nicki or Diddy does. You don't loan your light to that. You don't fast track that. You go like this. You never say a word in the public. You can have a million instances that actually happen, whether it's event dates and cards and certain bookings and business all these type of things that there's files and records of and history behind. Years deep, people got files and memories on. Regardless of that, you don't loan your light in that strategy, and you do it by going like this. Instead, you just move the chess pieces. You never say a word. The difference at RBE is, you know, we've always been vocal with the battle rap culture and with our fan base. So we get in these interviews and we answer these questions when people says, what's up with this, or what happened with this battle drop, and what's going on with the competition between URL or Rare Breeds and card and the Summer Madness card and all that. And I've always answered those questions. And that's even gonna come more full circle when I get to the blog breaking down the call out. So if the strategy is to go opposite from loaning light and do what like a Diddy or Nicki Minaj does, which is tie your fan base, your following, your movement, your fame, your prestige, your size to that up and coming entity. If you go opposite from that and what like we seen Jay-Z do a lot, you end up with a situation like Jay-Z and Jadakiss.
After the Belby, then it's probably Chris. And after the original, it's probably this.
You know what I'm saying? Like those shots don't come with Jay-Z saying, you know, I don't like you, Jadakiss, you nice, you do your thing, and people are saying that you possibly the best in New York, you know, or people affect your ego at times, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't come in that form. You know, we all know what he means by that particular action, but it's not said clearly, it's not done clearly. You know, you don't want to loan your light if you're Jay-Z on cloud 9. I always say the pieces to these puzzles are there. You just got to be smart enough to put it together. But back to Serious Jones versus Mike P. I would love to recap the battle now that I'm back as a blogger, but I don't have the app. The app is not for me. You know, I don't shit on entrepreneurs' ideas and people's come-ups and nothing like that, but it's just not for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go through a process of charging somebody for pay-per-view or tickets to see a battle and then charge them again for a subscription to pay for a battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be on YouTube. But you'll probably get Serious Jones and Mike P on YouTube very soon, maybe the week of, just like Math and Av. But one thing we feel at RBE that does for us when we see these little situations, some people call them petty, some people call them competition, call them whatever you want, categorize it however you deem. One thing that we see that as RBE is we see that as actually accidentally loaning light on what we're known for, which is good matchups, good opponents, good battles. If we're, you know, the small guys on a totem pole, you know, we ain't shit, just little old RBE. You know, if Serious Jones has a battle on URL, but then he has a classic or one of his best performances ever on RBE, you know, then maybe we're just going about things a little bit better at times. Not all the time, but sometimes. Like at that Summer Madness event, I think Mav choked every round. It was a horrible performance. That battle dropped right before him and Hollow, and then that Saturday he takes the stage versus Hollow and has one of his best performances ever. That's our perspective. There's always a different way that you could look at things. We decide to look at it from that perspective. That's our positive outlook on that. A Math and Av dropping, or a Serious and Mike P dropping, or dropping a battle on top of every release that we do for Starting 5, or trolling a Facebook post. We all look at it the same. We look at it like we must be doing something right. Gotta have some KRS in your stash. Definitely. Classic. Classic, classic. Juvenile 400 Degrees. Speaking of Jay-Z, this got the high remix on it. I don't know about other cities, but I always felt like Jay-Z's verse on this shit was the reason why, at least in New York at the time, that brat, that became a blood calling. Does this count? That ain't really yellow, right? Still a classic. Mega. The Realness. I think my favorite track on this is that Get Out of My Way.
Even though mad niggas hate it, I remain the most anticipated. Those glad and never made it, blast your nickel plated and salute the realness, cause man faking.
Alright y'all, I'm out of here. Appreciate y'all support as always, RBE shit. You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments below what y'all want me to talk about next blog. I'm gonna stay on my predictions, I'm gonna stay on my recaps. I'm gonna stay answering statements, comments, and topics that I think is worth just a little bit of time to make sure we keep y'all up with RBE. Stay in tune. August 31st is going down major. All this shit going back and forth between Math and Serious Jones has been crazy. You're about to start hearing the other battlers on the card speak up a little bit more too. They got some blogs and some interviews on the way. So Stay in tune. RBE shit, August 31st.
Close this shit! Close this shit!